Pumpkin, pumpkin, and pumpkin once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I want to welcome you to Fruit of the Day, the one and only pumpkin. Now, maybe you're thinking of Halloween and jack-o'-lanterns. Maybe you're thinking of Thanksgiving and pumpkin pie. Yummy. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the pumpkin. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. A pumpkin is a type of orange winter squash. That's right, guys. So basically, whenever you're eating a pumpkin, you're eating squash. Also, it's native to North America and particularly popular around Thanksgiving and, of course, good old Halloween. So there we have it, guys. Just a little bit of background information about the one and only pumpkin. Now, take a look at the picture. Most people think that pumpkins only come in orange, but as you can see, sometimes they're white, sometimes beige. Whatever the case may be, you're still eating a pumpkin, you're still eating squash. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. While commonly viewed as a vegetable, pumpkin is scientifically a fruit. That's right. Why? Because it contains seeds. So, if you are ever in doubt about whether or not a plant food is a fruit or a vegetable, well, just check to see if it has seeds. If it has seeds, more than likely it's a fruit. If it doesn't have seeds, more than likely it's a vegetable. Also, pumpkin seeds are edible. That's right, guys, meaning that we can eat them, we can consume them, and derive its energy and nutrients. Pumpkin seeds are edible, nutritious, and linked to numerous, and I do mean numerous, health benefits. So the next time you carve out a pumpkin for maybe Halloween, right? Please don't throw away the innards, meaning the seeds. Go ahead, leave them out to dry and crack them and go ahead and eat the seeds. Why? Because they are highly nutritious. So there we have it, guys. Just a few fun facts about the one and only pumpkin. All right, now it's time for the not so fun facts. When buying canned pumpkin, be sure to read labels carefully, as not all products will be 100% pumpkin, and you may want to avoid added ingredients, particularly sugar. That's right, guys. What you have to understand is that whenever you buy pumpkin pie filling, well, you may not be getting anything close to an actual pumpkin. It's all processed foods. That's right. And unfortunately, processed foods are loaded with added sugars, added preservatives, probably a whole bunch of salt, and let's not forget about other additives. So please, guys, be careful whenever purchasing anything canned. Also, some people may experience allergies after eating pumpkin. It's also considered mildly diuretic, which means eating a lot of pumpkin may induce a water pill-like reaction, increasing the amount of water and salt your body expels through urine. This effect may harm people taking certain medicines, such as lithium. Diuretics can impair your body's ability to remove lithium, causing serious side effects. Although pumpkin is healthy, many pumpkin-based junk foods, such as lattes, candies, and pie fillings, are loaded with added sugar. They do not offer the same health benefits as consuming the fruit. So there we have it, guys. A few not so fun facts about the one and only pumpkin. All right, now it's time to dive into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, the 520 rule is all about food labels. That's right. Ultimately, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets you know whether or not a food item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, ultimately we're talking about percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, let's take a look at our sample food label. As you can see, it's divided into three main parts. The first part is lavender, the second part is yellow, and then we have this third part, which is a light blue. Let's first discuss the lavender portion. The lavender portion is basically the column that lets you know if a food is a high, excellent, or even a low source of any particular nutrient. So as you can see, percent daily value is shown as percentages. Now those percentages can be as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now let's take a look at the section highlighted in yellow. These nutrients, unfortunately, do a really good job at promoting sickness, illness, and disease within the body temple. So say hello to saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Now, because these nutrients do a really good job at promoting disease within the body temple, it is very important that you only consume foods where the percent DV is as close to 0 as possible. Next, let's focus on the section highlighted in light blue. Now we have dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, which basically represent all vitamins and minerals. Now these nutrients, on the other hand, promote wellness and health within the body temple. So if anything, you only want to eat foods that have a very high percent of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Why? Because once again, these nutrients promote wellness and health within the body temple. So it's very important that you choose foods whose percent DV for these light blue nutrients, make sure that they are as high as possible. Close to 100% would be ideal. Now let's dive into the specifics of the 520 rule. If a food or beverage item offers anywhere from 0% to 9% of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered not a good source of that particular nutrient. Second, if the food or beverage item offers 10% to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item offers 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about the 520 rule. All right, so now that we are aware of the 520 rule, let's now dive into the nutrition facts. So for today's lecture, we're going to simply say that a single serving of pumpkin is equal to 1 cup of cooked pumpkin, right? So here's what we're going to put inside of our bodies. We're only going to get 49 calories, 0.2 grams of fat. Look at this, 2 grams of protein. How nice. And you didn't think vegetables in particular, I'm sorry, you didn't think fruit, in particular pumpkins, contain protein? Well, there you have it. Next up, 12 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber. Now, take a look at this. Vitamin A comes in at a whopping 245% DV. So what does that mean? It simply means that 1 cup of cooked pumpkin is going to provide you with more than 2 days worth of vitamin A. How awesome is that? Next up is vitamin C coming in at 19%. So that's a good source. By the way, going back up to vitamin A at 245% DV, that is beyond an excellent source, okay? Then we have potassium coming in at 16% DV, good source. Copper coming in at 11% DV, good source. Then we have manganese coming in at 11% DV, good source. Vitamin B2, 11% DV, good source. Then we have vitamin E coming in at 10% DV, good source. And lastly is iron coming in at 8% DV, not a good source. So there we have it, guys, the nutrition facts about the one and only pumpkin. All right, now it's time to talk about the health benefits. But before we do, I would like to talk with you about the principle of cause and effect. Now, some of us may already be familiar with the principle of cause and effect. Why? Because it's one of the 7 Hermetic principles. Now, the principle of cause and effect basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. So that being said, here's what I really want to say, is that if you want to be healthy, well, you have to cause it. You have to be able to put the right things inside of your body so that the right things come out. So ultimately, when we talk about the principle of cause and effect, well, the health benefits are the effects, whereas the nutrient contents are the causes. That's right. So here's what happens once you decide to put pumpkin inside of your body. Number one, it may reduce your risk of chronic diseases. Now remember something. All plant foods contain phytochemicals, but more specifically, phytonutrients. Now, the question is, which phytonutrients are responsible for reducing our risk of chronic diseases? Well, when you eat pumpkin, you're going to get alpha carotene, beta carotene, as well as beta cryptoxanthin. How nice is that? The next health benefit is that pumpkin may boost your immunity. Now that's very important, especially if you want to ward off colds and other types of infections. Say hello to vitamins A, C, E, and folate. By the way, in case you didn't know, vitamins A, C, and E, pronounced ACE, are all antioxidants. Next up, pumpkin may protect your eyesight. Now, once again, there are specific phytonutrients in pumpkins that are responsible for protecting your eyesight. So say hello to beta carotene once again, lutein, zeaxanthin, and vitamin C and E. Next up, pumpkins may promote weight loss. Now, isn't that interesting? Now, the one phytonutrient that's responsible for that would be fiber. Next up, pumpkin may lower your risk of cancer. Well, say hello to carotenoids. Next, pumpkin may benefit your heart health. Right, so it has potassium, vitamin C, and fiber. They all help to, to protect your heart. And lastly, pumpkin promotes healthy skin. Now, we got to say hello to beta carotene, vitamin C, lutein, zeaxanthin, and vitamin E. So there we have it, guys. Lots and lots and lots of health benefits from the one and only pumpkin. All right, now it's time to talk about food. Yes, it's time to talk about our website for everything vegan. Say hello to forksoverknives.com. By the way, there is a movie entitled Forks Over Knives, which I highly recommend you watch. Now, as usual, I went to the website, forksoverknives.com, did a little bit of research, and I found two amazing vegan pumpkin recipes that I'd like to share with you right now. So the first one is entitled Pumpkin Pie Squares. Take a look at the picture. Looks delicious. Now, our second vegan pumpkin recipe is Pumpkin Alfredo Casserole. Take a look at that picture. Looks amazing. Yes. Now, if you are inclined to make and taste either one of these dishes, go ahead. Click on the description box. Why? Because I'm providing you with a direct link to both recipes. Now, once you get to the website, forksoverknives.com, you're going to find a lot of great information, such as cooking time, cooking instructions, and of course, an ingredient list. So there you have it, guys. Not one, but two amazing vegan pumpkin recipes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the fun facts as well as the not so fun facts. And I really enjoy those two pumpkin vegan recipes. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more pumpkins? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if that's your question, then I gotta tell you that the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day to eat more pumpkins, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Yes, Nature Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, maybe you've been living under a rock and you know absolutely nothing about the challenge. Well, it's a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships. Oh, and by the way, it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Now, here's the thing about the 23% challenge, is that it is the first 7 days of every single month. That's right, the first all the way through the 7th. Now, here's something that's even more interesting, is that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, which makes it the first day of every month. That's right. So whether it's October 1st, November 1st, or even December 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right, so maybe you're interested in learning more about Nature Day, right? Well, if that's you, I want to offer you 3 ways that I believe can help make your Nature Day successful. Or maybe you're the type of person that's considering transitioning to a more whole food plant-based diet. Or maybe you're the type of person that's been stricken with the big four: obesity, heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes. Or maybe you have some type of gastrointestinal issues, or maybe you have skin issues. Whatever the case may be, it's always a good idea to eat more plants. So as I stated earlier, I'm going to offer you 3 avenues that I believe can help make the transition from the standard American diet to a more whole food plant-based diet. So first up is to try to become a 3% vegan. Now, what does that mean? It means that you select one day out of an entire month to eat only plant foods and drink only water. Next up, try to become a 13% vegan. Now that translates to only 4 days in an entire month. Now, it could be the first 4 days of the month, or you could choose to do 1 day per week. I'll leave it up to you. Now, lastly is a 23% vegan. Now, technically, that's what Coach D considers himself to be. Now, what does that mean? It means that I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods, such as fruits, vegetables and herbs, legumes, meaning beans and peas, whole grains, and let's not forget about nuts and seeds. And of course, I only drink water. So there we have it, guys. A little more information to help you become a 3, 13%, or a 23% vegan. All right, 23% Nation, I know you're asking for tips. I know you need help, and I'm here to offer you just a little bit of advice. Why? Because I want your Nature Day to be successful. So here are 5 tips that I believe can help you out. Tip number 1, go to your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're going to go to 2 places. Number 1 is the produce section. Why? Because that's where all of the fresh plant foods are located. Secondly, go to the freezer aisle. Why? Because that's where all of the frozen plant foods are located. Now, some of you may have a question. What's better, fresh or frozen? Well, believe it or not, it's ultimately up to you. I will say that frozen vegetables will obviously last longer as opposed to their fresh counterparts. And don't worry about the nutrient content. They are both similar. Here's my second tip. Go visit your local farmer's market. Now, for those of us who have to eat organic plant foods, farmers markets are going to be perfect for you. Now, what does that mean? It means that the produce is grown locally and it contains fewer chemicals, pesticides, and herbicides, which ultimately will make the food healthier. My third tip is to go visit the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. So, once you're done with the produce section and the freezer aisle, walk on over to the prepared dishes section. Now, depending on the grocery store, they may term it the kitchen. Whatever the name is, go check it out. Talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they have any vegan, not vegetarian options. Ask for a quick sample, and providing you like it, purchase the food by the pound or maybe 2 pounds if you really, really, really like it. Next up, go visit a vegan restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, it's high time that we start supporting the vegan community. So why not eat at a vegan restaurant? Now, here's the most amazing thing about vegan restaurants is that they hire vegan chefs. That's right. Vegan chefs are amazing. Why? Because they not only know how to cook plant foods, but they know which plant foods to combine to give you the most delicious, nutritious dishes. Right? And my 5th tip to help make your Nature Day successful is to do a little bit of research into vegan meal prep companies. Here's the skinny of the fat. They make it, they deliver it, you order it, you eat it. It's just that simple. So there we have it, guys. 5 tips to help make your Nature Day successful. All right, it's time for our question of the day, which comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We have inquiry minds. Now, today's question is a fill in the blank. As a matter of fact, you got to fill in 2 blanks. So here we go. While commonly viewed as a blank, pumpkin is scientifically a fruit because it contains blank. So please answer the question in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign out, I got to ask you to please like, subscribe, and share the video, especially if you love pumpkins, right? And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out, but always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.